Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
It's time for a daily dose of dismal Disney.
Yeah, this is so Disney. This is a very Disney thing.
That's so Disney.
It is so Disney.
Yeah, Disney is trying to trademark Loki, like the Norse god Loki.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the one that has been around for a long time before Disney was even a thing.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. We actually saw this a couple of days ago. Squid King was talking about it. I think you saw it on Reddit.
Yeah, like on Saturday or something. He was actually going to do an article on it, but then other people got to it first on the Pirates and Princesses blog. But yeah, he's been talking about this because this isn't the first time Disney's done something like this. That's shitty. They also tried to trademark the Day of the Dead. I don't know if I'm going to say it right.
Dia de los Muertos.
They tried to do that before too. So for a company that's so obsessed with being culturally sensitive, diversity, inclusion, they sure as hell have no problem trying to trademark things that have been around before them and that might represent other countries or cultures because they're trying to cash in.
Yeah, of course, this is because of Coco, I believe is why they were trying to trademark it. So we're going to talk about this instance of dismal Disney. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 201,000 subs.
Woo!
Thank you for the support. We are working on a plan for the 200,000 celebration. Just not sure what we're going to do exactly.
We do that.
Apparently, it was because of a Redbubble shirt,
this
I
instance,
guess.
yes.
So Disney Baby trying to claim copyright on images and merch of Loki. These recreations aren't just of the witty Marvel character, okay? Even art specifically of the Norse deity.
Yeah, that's the problem. People could argue, okay, well, it's because they're trying to copyright strike the one shirt design, which we're going to talk about, and it was featured in a comic book. Okay, in that instance, we wouldn't say much because, yeah, it was, you can kind of argue on the side of Disney for that. But it's not just that.
Well, that would be like, golly, Disney, all the public domain characters and concepts that you've used over the years, like fairy tales.
Or the things that should be in public domain, but Disney makes sure that they change the laws so that it never goes to public domain.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they said this is not the Disney version, but the Norse deity. He could be claimed according to an artist who posted a takedown notice of their Loki art from Redbubble. Redbubble lets you sell, of course, t-shirts, coffee mugs, that sort of thing.
This is not the first time Disney has gone after people on Redbubble.
Yeah, so this is coming from Loki's Butt Slut. Mm-hmm. I just had to chuckle. Anyway, what the F from Redbubble. Hi, John. We're sorry, but we had to remove your artwork from the Redbubble marketplace because it may contain material that violates somebody's rights.
This is what makes me mad. I'm just going to interrupt you for 1 second. This is what pisses me off as somebody who's been a seller on different sites and had stuff taken down, even if it wasn't violating anything, because they said it may. And because they're afraid of companies like Disney, they'll go into it. I know one time you had a horse design.
Yeah.
It was not a My Little Pony. It didn't have a cutie symbol. Actually, it didn't even look like... At the time of G3s, it didn't even look like a G3. It was like a weird, different kind of design you went with, which actually kind of looked like the Friendship is Magic pony design, which we didn't know anything about at the time. And they copyright struck it and they let them take it down, even though we hadn't violated anything.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to avoid an altercation, but it would not surprise me if Disney did this. It said the owner of these rights, the owner of these rights has provided us with guidance describing the type of content they consider infringing that should be removed from the marketplace.
You show me where they're the owner of these rights.
Right. In most cases, this means that the rights holder did not specifically identify your work for removal, but that Redbubble has detected potential similarity between your removed work.
No, they totally did it.
Yeah, I think it got flagged.
Because they said it's been up for years, or for a long time.
So they probably sent out a mandate like, hey, we've got the new Loki show. There's probably going to be more Loki merchandise. They're
going to do a shirt like this. That's what the whole thing's about.
Loki.
They're going to sell the Loki shirts.
So we went out to the USPTO, which is the trademark database, and we can see that Disney actually has several trademarks for Marvel Loki. Again, that makes a distinction between Loki and Marvel's Loki, and the notice of allowance on this latest trademark was May 11th, 2021. But Geeky found that they actually changed their lawyers recently. If you go out, you can see that on June 18th, they had a change of address or representation form. So they changed their lawyers. So we're not sure if that has something to do with it or not. Yeah.
We've seen other people on Etsy, whatever, come up with really cool designs, and then suddenly here comes Disney with something almost, identical to those. And I'm sure the ones on Etsy suddenly got pulled for whatever reason. But yeah, he said, I don't know anything. I guess it was in the comic right there, Loki.
Yeah.
Okay. So for his cosplay, he went and made the shirt and had it up. And with a different font, different color. I mean, other than the fact he's wearing it with pants that are Loki pants, it just could be I'm Loki, It doesn't necessarily mean, it's supposed to be the green and the white. But, you could argue that it's enough of a variant, pun intended, it's a variance, that, that's going to be hard to prove because you don't own the term low key.
All right, well, here's 23 minutes ago. Let's see what happens. Scully, you're not going to believe this. Hi, John. We reviewed our decision to remove your Loki artwork from our platform. We are reaching out to notify you your artwork has been reinstated.
Yes.
And that the removal was Redbubble's error. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Disney called and was like, shit, turn it back on.
Turn it back on.
Okay, and then you might say, okay, well, this isn't necessarily Disney. Except that Disney themselves are trying to go after things that are Loki. And they did try to trademark the Day of the Dead.
Yeah, so look, they can lay claim to the trademark law is complicated, right? When you're using public domain characters and concepts and, they can say, well, the Marvel Comics version of Loki that looks like this with the green spandex and the horns, or if it looks like, Tom Hiddleston's likeness in the green something, right. But you can't trademark the words low key.
No, you can't.
I mean,
it's just you can't because a character wore it in a comic book. It's not the same thing. I'm sure other people wore it before that had shirts that said low key on it.
Well, they have in Epcot in the Norway, formerly Norway Pavilion. I guess it's more of the Arendelle Pavilion now. But they actually had the historic versions of Loki and Thor, and they had that Norse. It's in the church.
The church, the state church.
So I was like, I remember, I think Squeaking was actually said last time we went there. He was like, "Hey, is this their attempt to try to be like, hey, look, we've got actual Loki and Thor in Disney, so we own these gods now."
Yeah, I think he did make that joke.
Yeah,
because
we own all
it's
this
our
now.
son. He's a teenager who gets it. They'll try this shit. So even people are arguing that they're not actually trying to trademark the Norse god, even though I think they probably are going to try to do that. They did most definitely. You want to go to the other story? There's precedent here with it. There's precedent here with the Day of the Dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, back in May of 2013. Has Coco been out that long? The entertainment giant filed an application to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to secure the phrase Day of the Dead across multiple platforms. Disney's subsidiary Pixar is releasing a film so they were. This is actually before Coco came out. For the time being called the untitled Pixar movie about the Day of the Dead.
So they literally tried to trademark a traditional holiday.
Yes.
Celebrated by countries like Mexico and across Latin America.
Yes.
The company going on about how dare you culturally appropriate people.
Yes.
Tried to culturally appropriate and steal the name of, that. And then what would happen if they got the trademarks where you weren't allowed to use it unless you paid them?
Yeah, this is kind of right up. Well, I mean, for all their shade, this is kind of right up there with Trump trying to trademark "You're fired."
Yeah, it's stupid. There's certain things you cannot trademark, and this is definitely one of them.
The 25 Days of Christmas. Are they gonna?
I'm sure they probably tried to, or they already have it. It's absolutely ridiculous the stuff that the lengths will go to make sure that they get to own something. Even if it's something that's been in the public for centuries and way before Disney.
Yeah, this is. Look, for all the people talking about how woke Disney is getting, it's like this was a very not woke, thing for them to do. And yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me if they tried to low key trademark Loki and be like, oh, by the way, yeah, all your gods over there in Scandinavia, yeah, we own them too. We own your gods.
And now Redbubble's trying to say that was them who made the call. Why would this image with Loki on it be out there for all this time and just now Redbubble would try to strike it right around the time that the Loki on Disney Plus show is popular? And I bet you money we're going to see a Disney shirt that comes out saying Loki like that at the parks.
Well, yeah, it was in the comics. So you know, it was already in the comic. So
Comic before, I think, before they owned it.
Yeah. I don't know what year this was, but yeah, so it was probably something they were looking at doing anyway. And I could see them doing it because it'd make it look like the Loki armor or whatever, and it'd probably sell really well.
I'm sure they're going to, because that's hence the strike.
Right.
I mean, it's just really, the timing is very suspicious. And, and now what's next? Are they going to try to go and trademark, the Norse gods and things like that? You can't do that.
My God. Disney's gonna trademark Jesus. What are we gonna do?
I know they think that they can just do this, and that's the problem. I mean, in this case, I can understand the argument because it was from a comic and it had it on the shirt, and there's a similarity. I get that, but they have a history of trying to trademark things that they have no rights to trademark, and you have to wonder if they were going to try something like this.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, if Disney could trademark and own the Brothers Grimm, they would. I mean, they bought Winnie the Pooh. They literally bought Winnie the Pooh so nobody else could do anything with Winnie the Pooh. Mm-hmm. This is how they operate. If they could somehow buy Norse mythology, if they could somehow buy the Day of the Dead, just to make sure that they can make Coco merchandise indefinitely. And if you wanted your Day of the Dead, official Day of the Dead stuff, you'd have to buy it through Shop Disney.
Right, because but that's the thing. Using that terminology, no one was telling Disney that they couldn't sell Day of the Dead merchandise because it was a term for a holiday that people you celebrate. That'd be like saying I'm trademarking Halloween. You only can sell only Disney can sell Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what they're doing, and they think that they can do that. So if you wanted to have official, you're in the cultures that celebrate Day of the Dead. If you wanted to buy official Day of the Dead stuff, you had to pay Disney to do it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to put it on your stuff, you had to pay Disney a fee to do it. I mean, this is bullshit.
This is who they are.
I know. We keep telling people this, but everybody acts like we're the
This is who they are, and look, they probably have, because it's a very large company, they probably have law firms, just like they do the copyright strikes on YouTube. And there are people there that are out there trying to dig up, potential problems.
It's just weird the timing on this one.
Yeah, because Disney's probably got a team of lawyers from some
Loki's
third party.
big right now. We got to go find all the Loki
Exactly.
stuff. We're looking for good ideas that we can merchandise.
Well, that's what they'll do. They'll take them, and we've seen it before. They steal from Etsy, they steal from independent creators, and then they go make their own version, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
No, because they own the IP.
Yeah.
So they can totally do it. And is it right? No. Is it ethical? No. But they're still doing it. And I mean, in this case, I'll give them a bit of a doubt on this one because, I can see where they could strike that. It's weird, the timing. But like trying to trademark like Norse mythology or the Day of the Dead, it's like, no, come on. And people think that's insane. But there's precedent of them doing this.
Yeah.
They've already tried this shit.
Yeah, and they just got caught. I mean, it's basically it. They would have probably been able to push this through, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, before people were, internet savvy and able to. They would have been like, oh, somebody's, we're gonna just go trademark the, God of Mischief and the God of Thunder because we've got comic books that have these characters in it. So, oh Disney, Disney. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
All right, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.